Mumbai, but I love my tribe. I love my friends in Gurgaon. I've been in Gurgaon until 1 year back. I don't want to leave it. So that's great. And so that you said break the pattern. Yes. If we don't break the pattern, we will continue getting the same results what we have been doing earlier. I see one more guest hand raised. Yeah, go ahead. Introduce yourself. Manyata, go ahead. We are not audible, Manyata. Toastmaster Hirender, can you help her, please? Help her, please.
Hear us now?
Yeah, you are audible.
Okay, great. Go ahead, Manat.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Manyata. I am currently studying in 7th standard. It's nice to meet you all.
Hey, it's nice to meet you as well, Manyata. And seventh grader, we have a lot to learn from you. Thank you. And thanks for joining today's meeting and wish you all the best for your speech.
Thank
So I
you.
think we have covered all the guests, Anupam, Anusha, Neha, Pranav, and Manita. Wonderful to have all of you in this meeting. So I would like to now introduce Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Hirinder. Over to you, Toastmaster Hirinder.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vivek. Good morning, all the dear guests and fellow Toastmaster. What a beautiful Sunday. I see so many guests have joined. Um, Today's theme is why some people succeed and why some people like me keep on struggling. And before we delve into that, let me ask or welcome our newest member, Mohit Yadav, who stays in Gurgaon and works as a sales representative. He'll be sharing a 2 minute motivational story on the advantage and disadvantage of mobile usage. So let's welcome Mohit Yadav. Mohit, would you like to come forward and share your 2 minute story?
Uh, Thanks, everyone.
Mohit, you are not audible.
Is it just me who can't hear anything?
Hmm. I think we all didn't hear. Mohit, you guys are not audible, the offline people.
They were
Can you
on
hear
mute,
us?
I think.
They're on mute, I guess.
I
Hi, Toastmaster Vivek and Toastmaster Harinder. Can you hear us?
Yeah, now we can hear you, Mohit.
You are audible.
Yeah, you're
Okay.
audible.
Did you miss out on the speech that Mohit
Yeah,
Yadav just gave?
completely. Can we request Mohit to share his thought one more time for us? Or shall we
Is
move
it
on?
okay?
Let's say once more.
Yeah, once
Yeah.
more.
Yeah, the audience wants it once more, so let's go for it. I'll just test it out one more time before we hand over to Toastmaster Mohit Yadav. Please confirm if you can see us and hear us properly.
Yeah, your audio video is clear. Please go ahead, Mohit Yadav.
Thanks, Sarindra. Thanks, Mohit. Good morning, everyone. My name is Mohit Yadav. Today, I'm going to talk about something which we use every day, which we hold in our hand all the time. Yes, I'm talking about mobile phone. Now, this small device is a very powerful device. It has transformed our life completely in the last 2 decades. But yes, with every powerful tool, it comes with its own advantages and some serious disadvantages. Now, let's understand the advantages first, why we actually use a mobile phone. So the basic purpose of mobile phone is communication. But today, beyond communication, we use it for multiple other purposes. For example, we want instant food. We don't go to restaurant. We simply do Zomato. We want grocery. We just do Blinkit. We want to travel somewhere. We just do Uber. So basically, we are dependent on these applications, and they have made our life very, very easy. Today, we hardly go to bank or ATM, right, to withdraw cash. We just do most of our transactions through UPI. Now, believe me that this small gadget, it carries all the information in the world. You just simply need to Google it. Now, these are the advantages of mobile phone. Now, let's understand the disadvantages also. Today, it has become very difficult for us to concentrate on our work, right? We spend, we're part of so many WhatsApp groups or networking groups which keep on pinging. We hardly contribute there, but we have a habit to see all the notification. And we spend too much time on social media, or I would say we waste too much time on social media, which actually, draining our time and energy. And this small gadget, it produces very, very harmful radiations, which impacts our body and our brain. But still, we carry this device all the time, like a fashion jewelry. So, my friend, my suggestion to everyone is that please use this device very, very carefully. And let's pledge that, at least for one day, we keep this phone aside and spend time with the family and keep it in, a safer place, some Almira or something. Yeah. Thank you. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mohit, for sharing the insight on good and not so good usage of mobile. We'll think and improve on how we can reduce the notification and WhatsApp group. I am part of more than 100 groups, and the moment you mention WhatsApp group, I remind that each and every second, one or the other notification keep on popping up, and there is an urgent urge to check the notification. Although we don't take action on that, but there is an urgent urge that keeps us busy. Thank you for sharing. So let's move on with our today's agenda. Um, we often see ourselves as a two different version. When we prepare something, we feel really focused, very clear, calm, confident. But when the time comes to actually present or deliver the thing, our own body ditches. We feel sweaty hands, nervousness. At times, our heart rate accelerate without our or against our choice. Has that happened to anyone? That you think about something that it's not my cup of tea. You try really hard, you practice really hard. And when it's time for the delivery or the actual act, you feel sweaty hand. Your body does not support you. You feel like alien. You want to do something, but your body does exact opposite of what you want to try or what you try to do that. So if you are in that boat, I will come back to you before I have a small young speaker with me, really excited to talk about the exam stress that's coming, and all these students are about to experience that in a week or so. So let me hand over to our guest speaker today, Manita, who's 12-year-old and studying in 7th grade. So Manita, I will just leave the seat for you and you can take over.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Manyata Chauhan. I'm currently studying in 7th standard. It's nice to meet you all, and today I will be delivering a speech on exam stress and its effects. Imagine sitting in an empty room with an only time bomb that is placed on a desk in front of you, and it is going to explode in 10 seconds. That is how students feel during exams. So, let's explore exam stress and some ways to tackle it. So, what is exactly exam stress, or what is stress? Exam stress is a silent killer affecting students worldwide, with over 60% reporting exam related stress. Exams bring overwhelming pressure due to fear of failure, lack of preparation, and high expectations from parents, teachers, and even ourselves. It's like trying to solve a math problem with a broken calculator. Let's explore some of the effects exam stress causes on students. Students withdraw from their favorite hobbies or activities that they once used to love. Their increased mood swings or irritated easily. Their sleep patterns or appetite is changing. Have you all ever noticed children or students around you that are now more irritated or having more mood swings? Their sleep patterns and appetite patterns are changing. These are a few common signs of exam stress. Over 40% students worldwide experience physical symptoms due to exam stress, such as headaches and stomachache. A few methods for prevention are helping students create a realistic timetable that they can follow, which includes extracurricular activity. Encourage students in participating in their favorite hobbies and remind students that they are loved, valued, and enough. The bottom line is that students are more than their marks, more than their grades. Their worth is not defined by a single sheet of paper. Let's hold hand in this journey and support students through tough times. Let's create a world where mental health matters more than academic achievements and where students feel valued, not just graded. Always remember that you matter, your feelings matter, and your life matters. Thank you.
Thank you, close guest Manita. And can we take 1 minute just to share our thought for Manita, and I will convey to her.
Ready?
Mohit, you are on mute.
Hi, Toastmaster Gurinder. Thank you, Manita, for an amazing speech. I was just asking all the members who are present in person to share their feedback either on WhatsApp or on a small sheet of paper so I can collect it and share back with Manita.
Thank you, Mohit. Okay, let's proceed with today's agenda. So we're discussing how we prepare and feel really good about it. And when it's time for us to actually deliver, we do not feel that comfortable. Something really goes wrong at the last minute. And I ask you to think about it, any such scenario, if that happened to you. I saw a couple of people smiling and nodding. I think it happened to all of us at some point in our mind. to specific activity or task, we tag ourselves that this is not our cup of tea, or I am not good at that. Either it's driving for some people, cooking for some people, and we outright reject our own self that we are not good enough. We are not, this is not my cup of tea. Even, and when we actually prepare, try, practice, time comes to deliver that thing, we miserably deliver or we miserably fail. So do we lack preparation? What do you think? Or it's something else? Anyone?
I think it is about our beliefs.
Absolutely, Vivek. So this is a constant belief or me telling myself that I am not good enough. Even though I'm trying hard, I'm practicing for 8 hours straight. Still, I am telling my mind that I am not good enough. So that me telling myself has a bigger role than practicing and preparing for any such activity. We'll continue to discuss the behavior or our own behavior to about ourselves. But before that, let me introduce today's agenda. So today's meeting, for those who are joining guest, is going to be in 3 different segments. One is going to be the prepared speech, where people with the prepared speech deliver. Second will be the table topic, where we will try and speak on instant impromptu topic. And here, the last is the evaluation of the prepared speech. So these are the 3 section that Toastmaster meeting generally runs. And for today's meeting, I will call upon the journal evaluator for today's meeting. Toastmaster Mehak, would you like to come forward and share your role? You are on mute, Toastmaster Mehak.
Hi, short Toastmaster Hirinder. I'm still not audible.
Yeah, your voice is there's lags.
Some people want to share their views about the speech Toastmaster Hirinder. Let's kick off that first.
Sure. Yeah. Toastmaster Mohit, would you help me in getting the views, whoever wants to share?
Exactly. So you had a question and we have Toastmaster Mohit Yadav who wanted to share his view. So let's have Toastmaster Mohit Yadav go ahead with that.
Oh, sure, please. I missed that.
Thanks, Irina. So basically, when you talk about forgetting the speech, so fortunately, I got one more time, talk about the speech, right, to give the speech. When you didn't hear it, right, I forgot the speech. Next time, I covered all those points which I, actually wanted to speak. And I mean, point was I did not prepare it well. I actually was traveling, so I thought I'll give the speech, but fortunately, unfortunately, I was traveling somewhere, so I couldn't, prepare it properly. I just prepared it in last 2 days only. So I took time to, talk this, practicing the speech, but when you are on the spot, you tend to forget the speech. So that actually happened with me. But fortunately, the audio was not there, so I could, complete that speech in the next, next time. So this is the one thing actually I wanted to share.
Thank you for sharing that, Toastmaster Mohit.
Anybody else who's present here wants to express their views about what Toastmaster Hirinder asked about us feeling that we're not ready to take that plunge? Any such experiences you've had? Anything you'd like to share?
I think this is what we are experiencing right now.
Okay. The people in the audience, like Anupam mentioned that he's having that experience right now, where probably coming on the stage and speaking something is causing a bit of, I guess, anxiety. Why don't you come here and overcome that fear? It's a great opportunity. Let's welcome Anupam. Please share your views.
As Hirinder Khan told, like about fear of speaking, I totally agree, because I think we overthink a lot before coming to the stage or speaking to the people. And that overthinking leads fear. So because of that, I think we are not able to speak. And the views of Hirinder is really insightful. And I think as Mohit have called me to the stage, I forgot my fear. So I was sitting there having a lot of fear, but I think I am fine now speaking.
You nailed it. The action is the cure for the fear. And as I was mentioning, I was feeling the same consciousness or nervousness while I was speaking, because in my mind there's 10,000 things going or running right simultaneously, and I was not able to focus or go to the channel or the thing that I have written down. I also forgot my speech, so we are at the same we are in the same boat. So let's get back to channel evaluator for now. Channel evaluator, would you like to come forward and share your views on your role? Sorry, you're not audible, Mehak.
Yeah, thank you so much, Toastmaster Hirinder, for welcoming me on stage. Good morning, everyone.
There is
Audible
still
now?
a small lag. Yeah, I was about to suggest that you switch off your video for a second. Yeah, now it's clear.
Okay, now I hope I'm audible.
Yes, you are audible. Please go ahead.
Okay. So good morning, everyone. Evaluation in Toastmasters is something that is being called as fuel for excellence when given constructively. So in any Toastmasters meeting, the general evaluation session is broadly made up of three parts. One is the prepared speech evaluation, second, the auxiliary role players reports, and finally, the overall making evaluation. Each part plays a very crucial role in ensuring that our making is insightful, structured, and growth oriented. So today also, we would be having the evaluation in the similar order. First, I would now like to call upon the auxiliary role players on stage to share about their responsibilities. First, we have Toastmaster Mohit Yadav, who would play the role of the timer. I would request Toastmaster Mohit to please come up on stage and share the details about your role.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mehak. I'll just read it out. Greetings to all the Toastmasters, fellow Toastmasters and the guests. As a timer, I'll time the table topic speaker, formal speeches and evaluations. I will also alert each speakers of the time they have left using the green, yellow, and red cards, which detonate specific time remaining. Table topics. Speakers should limit their remarks to no more than 2 minutes. At 1 minute, I'll raise a green card. At 1 minute and 30 seconds, I will raise a yellow card. At 2 minutes, I'll raise the red card. Those giving speeches should limit their remarks to their specific speech time. icebreaker speeches should be 4 to 6 minutes in length. At 4 minutes, I'll raise a green card. At 5 minutes, I'll raise a yellow card. At 6 minutes, I'll raise a red card. Most other speakers should be 5 to 7 minutes in length. At 5 minutes, I'll raise a green card. At 6 minutes, I'll raise a yellow card. At 7 minutes, I'll raise a red card. The individual evaluators should be between 2 to 3 minutes. At 2 minutes, I'll raise a green card. At 2 minutes, 30 seconds, I'll raise a yellow card. At 3 minutes, I'll raise a red card. Thank you, Toastmasters.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Mohit, for sharing the details about your role so well. Next, I would like to call on stage Toastmaster Neha, the grammarian for our meeting, to please share something, introduction about your role. Toastmaster Neha, can you have the stage?
Hello, everyone. Today I'm a grammarian for this meeting, and I'm sorry, like I don't know much about this role, so I don't have much to speak about. That's what I know, that I just have to write down the mistakes, the number of mistakes during the grammar mistakes during the speeches.
So, Neha, I would like to just brief you about the role. You are supposed to take down the good usage of the grammar as well as the not so good usage of the grammar that is being used in the meeting. Additionally, you are supposed to share a word of the day that the members and the guests would use it in their speeches. So,
Sure.
if you could share a word of the day, a meaning with the word of the day in the chat after you finish your role, that would be great.
Sure. Okay.
Okay, thank you so much, Neha. Next,
Toastmaster Mehak, sorry to interrupt. Can you ask timer to show the cards also? How he's going to show the cards?
You're able to see there's a green card.
Online people, can everyone see the green card?
One second, let me just come in. Yeah, you can actually say.
Yeah, you can. On this.
Okay.
Technically, that is okay because the camera, the mic is there. When it's used, yeah, should end the chair and the mic. Like this.
All the speakers, can you see the card? Just give us a thumbs up.
Yes.
Can you see that?
Yeah.
Yeah, you could sit here. That's fine.
Yeah, we are good to go.
You could sit here.
Yeah, carry on, Toastmaster Mehak.
yes, so maybe we can pin the timer screen when the speeches will be going on.
Sure.
Yes. Lastly, we have the role as the hour counter for the meeting. I will be serving as the hour counter. And as the role of an hour counter suggests, I will be noting down the crutch words that unknowingly hamper our speeches, such as so, like, but, and similar kind of filler words. These words often slip in when we are thinking ahead. So instead of filling silence with sounds, let's embrace the power of a pause. A pause would reflect confidence. And I will be sharing the detailed report as an hour counter during the general evaluation segment. Until that, I encourage everyone to be mindful about the time. Use the word of the day as and when being shared in the chat, and consciously reduce the usage of the crutch words in your speeches. With this, I would pass on the stage back to our Toastmaster of the day. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mehak, and all the role player for explaining their role. Do we have evaluator for Toastmaster Rahul's speech now? Toastmaster Mohit, yeah.
Hi, Toastmaster Hirinder. So I can take up the evaluation for Rahul's speech.
Perfect. So we have all the evaluators ready. So coming back to our conscious decision making. Um, as we're discussing, our mind has two major sections: conscious and unconscious, object or subject, you can say. The conscious mind is where we track our active moment. The moment, for example, you're listening to me now, it's because of or with the help of your conscious mind. Our conscious mind sense the world or understand with our five senses. And it has a reasoning also, what is right, what is wrong. And on the other hand, our subconscious mind, which is just an slave or the follows the order of our conscious mind. It does not reason, it does not contradict. So if our conscious mind think about something that this particular thing is a very good thing, our subconscious mind take it as it is. And if our conscious mind tell our subconscious mind that I am not good at something, I am not good at driving, my handwriting is not good, I am not a good speaker, I am not good in maths, I am not a good writer, I have a fear of traveling. Our subconscious mind takes that as an order and ensure that this is happening when the time comes. So if I tell my subconscious mind that I'm not good in the math, when the time comes to do math, my subconscious mind will make sure that I fail on the math. That's how it is. So moving on with our discussion, let's move to our first segment of the prepared speech, where we will be calling the first speaker of the day, Toastmaster Mohit, who has recently joined our club. Before we call the speaker, let me call the evaluator for Toastmaster Rahul, Toastmaster Mohit. A brief intro on the Toastmaster Mohit. Let me get it right. So Mohit is a project manager by profession, but enjoys wearing the hat of a writer, trainer, and a teacher whenever he gets a chance. So let me welcome Toastmaster Mohit on the podium to introduce Toastmaster Mohit.
Hi, Toastmaster Virender. I guess there's a slight correction there. The first speaker, if I remember correctly, is Toastmaster Rahul, and I'm evaluating Rahul's speech.
Oh, sorry, I got confused with Mohit and Mohit. Sorry.
No problem, yeah. Mohit Yadav has already given the speech, the same speech twice. We don't want to bother him because he will stop coming here again. Otherwise, so
Mohit has mesmerized me.
So would you like me to share the objectives for Toastmaster Rahul's speech?
Yeah, please go ahead. Yeah, please go ahead.
And
let me add you to the spotlight also.
Yeah, perfect. Can you, okay, Rahul is. Hi, Rahul. So Toastmaster Rahul is delivering his level 2 project 2 speech from the pathway called Innovative Planning. The title of his speech is Cheating. The purpose for this project is for the member to practice applying feedback and serve as a speech evaluator during a club meeting. So this particular project is divided into 3 parts. First part where a speech is delivered. Second part when the same speaker acts as an evaluator. And the third part is when he delivers the speech again, applying the feedback that he received the first time and also the learnings that he's already had as an evaluator himself. So this is a 5 to 7 minute speech, and the objective is also for the member to demonstrate their ability to deliver an effective, respectful speech. That's it. And back to you, Toastmaster Virender. Best wishes, Rahul.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mohit. Let me introduce Rahul also. So Rahul works as a group lead with a US-based MNC. He enjoys listening to music, reading books, practicing yoga, solving Rubik's cubes, and spending time with family. He joined Toastmaster to enhance his storytelling and leadership skill. The title of the speech is Cheating. Before we proceed, Rahul, can we do a quick audio video check? Can you say
Sure.
it's a beautiful day today?
It's a beautiful day today.
Yeah, its audio video is clear. So Rahul Chawla, cheating, cheating, Rahul Chawla.
During an exam, the act of looking up for inspiration, down in desperation, searching left and right for information is called cheating. Good morning, Toastmasters and dear guest. Once upon a time, I was in class 8th giving my exam, and I was attempting the exam with full confidence. Then I saw a couple of my friends, Saurabh and Rajiv, interacting with each other through sign language. Saurabh was sitting in front of me. Rajiv was sitting in the left row on the left hand side, and uh, and I can guess that Saurabh, who was sitting in front of me, he did not know the answers to all the questions because through his sign language he was asking Rajiv, "Do you know the answer of question 1, 2, 3?" And Rajiv, who was sitting on the extreme left hand side, he was saying yes. Uh, I know the answer. Then Rajiv, who was sitting on the left hand side, he looked at the teacher, who was taking the round with no idea what is happening behind her back. Then I knew that, something is going to happen. And the next I could think of anything, I saw Rajiv throwing a paper to Saurabh. Now, teacher who had no idea what is going, she turned around and she saw a paper flying in the air. I was looking at the paper, I was looking at the teacher and enjoying the moment. It was a very wonderful moment. But the irony is that that paper, instead of landing to Saurabh's desk, it landed on my desk. At that moment, I felt as if like a surgical strike had just happened on me because teacher, she did not see who threw the paper, but she saw where it landed. And she walked up to me and asked me, Rahul, who did this and why, and who did this. Now I knew who did this, who it was. It was actually meant for Saurabh, but because of my friendship, I could not take the name of Saurabh, and I could not take the name of Rajiv as well. So friends, when you make an eye contact with the teacher during this suspicious situation, they probably think that you are cheating. And I actually made that mistake. So my teacher, she was very kind enough, and she told me, Rahul, I hope you will never cheat again in exam. And I said, yes, ma'am, I promise that I will never, let you catch me cheating ever again. Everything went well. I gave the exam. Fast forward 7 years. I was in the final year of my graduation. Out of 5 exams, my first 2 exams did not go well. And in that fear, if my third exam go bad, I'll get behind in life by a 1 year compared to my friends. And with that fear in my mind, I kept chits, which are, I think, popularly known as farras. I kept those chits in my sleeves, pocket, socks, and there are a lot of other areas which I cannot disclose. So 45 minutes after the exam, the invigilator, they came on round and they started checking people randomly. And I was so innocent at that time. I kept a small chit in my geometry box as well. And that invigilator came, randomly started checking people. They opened my geometry box and they found a small chit in that geometry box. And I think, yeah, so they asked me to stand up. They surveyed my whole body. They found a chit from my sleeves. They found a chit from my pocket, another chit from my another pocket, and they found a lot of other chits as well. And at that moment, like, I was feeling so embarrassing. I felt like I have murdered someone because everybody in that room was looking at me. Now I was started thinking of the consequences. Either this exam will be cancelled, my whole year is gone, or maybe my all 3 years are gone. But again, my invigilator, they were kind enough. They gave me another answer sheet to write the exam. So 45 minutes were already gone. I took another 15 minutes to collect my thoughts, gathered my courage, and finally I was able to write the answer, in those next 2 hours. Then I think what happened is that, when the result came, my name was not there in the list. Hearing happened. I was asked to write a letter to DU to clarify, why I did that cheating. I did that. Then after a couple of months, I was continuously visiting the Delhi University. And then one fine day when I visited, I gave them my roll number and asked them about my result. They gave me a sheet which said passed. And at that moment, I was on cloud nine. I felt like an Amir Khan of Jo Cheeta Bhai Sikandar. So yeah, I called my parents. I told them about the news. I visited temple, Gurdwara, and thanked God for that. So I don't know if I have any gyan or lessons from this. So I think Manita gave a speech on exam stress. So yes, I don't support cheating, and I would suggest you also don't do that, Manita. But I think cheating taught me one more thing. It also requires teamwork. And one more thing I think which I learned that if you try, you can always try to handle any pressure in a challenging situation in a calm way, which I think I was able to do that in those last 15 minutes. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster Hirendra.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rahul. Absolutely brilliant speech and a message at the end that don't cheat. Can we take a minute to share our feedback with Toastmaster Rahul? Timer, please let us know when 1 minute is over.
Well, 1 minute is over. We can start with the next speech.
Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster Sharad. Let's move on to the next prepared speech. Our next speaker is Toastmaster Vinny. Let me call upon her evaluator. The Toastmaster Kanchan Moria is engineering professional with a background in electrical engineering. Ken is helping the organization run safer, smoother, and efficiently. And as always, and others joined the Toastmaster Club to improve her communication skill. So please welcome Toastmaster Kanchan on the podium to introduce Toastmaster Vinny.
Well, thank you, Virendra. Good morning, everyone. My name is Kanchan, and today I'm the evaluator for the speech of Toastmaster Bhumi. She's delivering her speech from the Pathway Team Collaboration, Project 1 Level 1, and her speech title is Life is Beautiful. This is her icebreaker speech, so I request everyone please stand and clap for her after the speech. And my role would be listening to the speech carefully and highlighting the strength and giving some constructive feedback for improvement. I'll be presenting my report at the end of the meeting. All the best to the speaker. Thank you, and back to you, Madhu.
Thank you, Toastmaster Kanchan, for introducing speaker Vinny Batra. Vinny Batra is a computer science graduate and diploma in MBA HR from XLRI, running a recruitment and staffing firm by the name of Winklo Systems, a mother of two kids, Parth and Arushi, and her hobbies include dancing, cooking, and reading books. So, can you please mention your title, Vinny, your speech?
It is
Title?
Life is Beautiful.
Life is beautiful. Great. So, your audio video is already checked. So, life is beautiful. Vinny Batra, life is beautiful.
Thank you, Toastmaster Hirinder. I hope I'm audible.
Yes, you are audible.
Audible.
Okay.
Please go ahead.
Life is beautiful. Others claim to have known me when I haven't known myself. And years I have spent being with me in order to discover my true self. It was a freezing winter night in the month of January. A baby was born. Soon after being born, the doctor handed over the baby to grandma waiting outside. But hey, the baby started turning blue. She wasn't able to breathe. But grandma, carrying experience of ages, was quick to identify this and handed over the baby back to doctor. The doctor hurriedly put her on oxygen, and that is how a baby's life got saved. Lisa, oh my sweet angel, is what her father exclaimed when he held this baby in his arms for the first time. Lisa grew up into a cheerful and happy child. She was bright and intelligent, but not a bookworm. She was naughty, but talented also. She was pampered by family and brother, and she was surrounded by friends. As she grew up, so did her hobbies list. And she wanted to try almost each and everything she could lay her hands on, be it painting, dancing, singing, and whatnot. As the years passed, she got a new name, Winnie. That's me. As a kid, you have ever changing aspirations. As a kid, I wanted to become an IS officer. Fast forward grade 10th, I wanted to become an engineer. And finally, I graduated into a computer science professional. Now, I stand in front of you, technically sit in front of you as an HR professional. I attribute my qualities to my parents. My mother, during those times, used to run a beauty salon. Being a mother in itself is a challenging task, and coupled to that, she had extremely long working hours. But still, she was able to manage her family, her kids, and house in a fantabulous way. I think the attribute of hard work I got imbibed due to her. My father is a disciplinarian and very organized. I think I am also organized, but on the discipline front, I think I need to match him a bit. One of the most amazing time one has is during the college. As I joined MCA, it was a newly launched course at HIM. And as it is with any new experiment, the teachers were figuring out how to teach that new curriculum. And therefore, we were on our own. So, no wonder we spend a lot of time in library, in lab and canteen, hanging around doing self study or group study. So as friends, we means me, Dheeraj, and Aditi formed a golden trio. As years flew, I I made best friends with Dheeraj, and later on, I realized that he's a soulmate. Friendship blossoming into love is one of the most beautiful gift of life. Luckily for us, we got consent of parents and we got married. Soon after being married, I got a chance to travel to US with Dheeraj because he got a project in US. So for us, it was a new town, a new country, new culture, everything new, and it was very rightly timed for us. It was like two of us, no one around us knew us, and just two of us. So we did our best in exploring all parts of the city. We every evening, every weekend was a celebration, and we explored all the parts of the city. Again, now someone has rightly said that one of the most memorable experience is the birth of their children because the littlest of feet leave the biggest footprints on our heart. I had never held a baby, a newborn baby in my lap until I had one of my own. It was like a little bit of heaven came to your lap. I could feel the soft, tender feet, the feathery touch of the golden hair. It was like an experience which cannot be described. I named my first kid as Arushi and the second kid as Parth. Life is always in flux, it is multifarious. You are what your situations make you. That's a very famous quote by Mr. Vijay Shekhar Sharma, who's a Paytm CEO. So after spending some time in IT, I realized that I wanted to explore something new. And therefore I decided to quit my job and start something new. What something new? Asked Dheeraj. A bakery shop, he suggested. It could be a hit in the town, it can gain momentum quickly, and it could be a hit in the town. No, I don't want to open a bakery shop because it is not something that I like. Besides, I don't want that much long working hours. Then he suggested, can you start an IT organization? I said, no, enough of IT, बहुत हो गया, no more IT again. I wanted to do something that could give me some quality time for family and children. I was kind of fed up of IT that time. I would like to do something that give me some time. And so another idea came to us. We thought, why not recruitment? Let's try recruitment because that would give me a chance to interact with the leadership of corporates. And as well as I would have loved that experience. And everybody knows that you refer a candidate and you get paid a month's salary. So that's a quick win. That sounded interesting. And then I started a new organization by the name of Inflow System, which is into recruitment and staffing. However, just few months after this, I realized that it's not an easy feat and you need to continuously upgrade and improvise yourself. So me being here in Toastmasters, delivering my first icebreaker speech is a part of it. Overall, life is beautiful and it can be more beautiful if we leave a positive impact on the people whoever we meet in the journey of life. So, I would urge all of you to make a cautious effort to make it more beautiful by leaving a positive impact on whoever you meet in the life journey. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vinny. And can we all stand up and give a standing ovation to Toastmaster Vinny for her icebreaker? Can we take a minute to share our feedback for Vinny? Timer, please tell us once 1 minute is over.
1 minute is over.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sharad. So let's move on to the next speaker of the day. And the next speaker, before I call the next speaker, let me call upon the evaluator for the next speaker. Toastmaster Vivek is a senior professional and is currently serving as the president of the Leaders Connect Club of Toastmaster. And he is the most helpful and passionate soul we know. So please welcome Toastmaster Vivek to introduce Toastmaster Saisha.
Thank you, Toastmaster Hirinder. Thanks for your kind words and a warm welcome. It's my privilege today to be the speech evaluator of Toastmaster Saisha Kandhari. She is delivering her Level 1 Project 5 second speech where she is supposed to implement the feedback which was given in her first speech. The project name is Evaluation and Feedback second speech. The purpose of this project is for her to practice applying feedback and serve as a speech evaluator during club meeting in future. The purpose of her speech is also to demonstrate her ability to deliver an effective, respectful speech and evaluation, respectful speech evaluation speech. So she has also shared what feedback was given in the first speech. The feedback was to include stage area and include drama and vocal variety in her speech. So Toastmaster Saisha, I will look for such feedback today, how you are implementing that. And I wish you all the best. Over to Toastmaster Hirinder. Timer, please note, duration of our speech is 5 to 7 minutes.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vivek, for introducing your role and mentioning the title of the speakers. So Toastmaster Saisha is a SNP from SNP Global Toastmaster Club. She is a product manager helping clients make better decisions with complex financial information. And she is not managing products. She enjoys learning, reflecting, and finding meaning in everyday moments, which is exactly what inspired today's speech. So before we move further, can we have a quick audio video check? Saisha, can you say it's a beautiful day today?
Hi, Toastmaster Hirinder. It's a beautiful day today. Do you guys hear me?
Yeah, your audio video is clear, and let's start. So Toastmaster Saisha, power of a good cry, power of a good cry, Toastmaster Saisha.
Imagine this, that you have worked hard for years and you have had several discussions with your managers about it, about your career progression. And you have aligned yourself with your manager, you have discussed with it, and most importantly, you have delivered. You have delivered on the key projects that have been given to you. And now you are at that point in time where you are just waiting for the announcement to be made. But then suddenly you notice that all the key projects start flowing to someone else. And then you think to yourself, perhaps I'm overthinking. And why not? Overthinking is one of our favorite corporate skills. Well, days again start to pass by, and I start noticing that all the key projects are now not only being given to another colleague of mine, but the other colleague and my manager seems more aligned. Well, at that point in time, I mustered the courage and I go and ask my manager about it. And what he responded made me a little uncomfortable. He said that that person is probably a better fit for that project, which I tell you in corporate terms means please stay in your lane and don't ask too many questions. Well, I was thinking about it a little, and why not? It was my career progression that was at stake. And I thought to myself, uh, let's still keep the hopes high. And why not? Because promises were made, and you trust the person who has made a promise if there has been a long discussion already about it. And finally, well, the day comes, the day of promotion announcement. And alas, it wasn't me, it was that colleague of mine who got promoted. At that point in time, I had this instant rush of emotions, disappointment. I was disheartened, and this feeling of a self doubt made me very uncomfortable. And just one thing in my mind, I really want to cry. So at that point in time, I found a corner, my own sweet spot in my office, and I was questioning everything at that point in time. Wasn't I good enough? Probably I should have responded to that email faster, or I should have taken more ownership, or probably that person was rather more deserving or needed it more at that point in time. All of these things that I questioned only resulted in and was awaiting one outcome, a cry. So that's what I did. I cried. And mind you, not a decent cry or a graceful tear. I cried and cried and cried my heart out about it. Also, I tried speaking to one of my family member, also to a friend in office. But trust me, at that point in time, those words of wisdom were actually acting like a nail in the coffin. They were biting me because at that point in time, I was questioning perhaps everything. Well, trust me, when I would ask you guys about it, you would say that it was not the most professional thing, right? You cry, in your corporate, right? No one would really tell you that you can. It's right to cry in office, or there is no SOP, that's given to you how to cry professionally, or any training that's been given to you about it. But when you are a newbie, that's how you react, right? So now, when I look in hindsight, I really feel that that crying really kind of helped me. It helped me the ways I couldn't have imagined because it gave me the courage. It gave me the courage to do something I cannot imagine at current point in time. I mustered the courage and I went back. I went back to the people, my teammates, my own floor, and with swollen eyes. Now, that specific thing means the entire floor knew about it. They knew that I had cried, and probably they also knew the reason. Some really did come up to me, and some did not because they already knew about it, right? So, having to get that courage, having to cry my heart out and muster that courage was a great deal in itself. That cry did reset me. It helped me calm down my emotions and think strategically and rationally at that point in time. Trust me, I didn't go to my manager immediately asking about it. I thought about it. I strategized about it. And then I spoke to my manager asking for more mentoring techniques and what really went well. I couldn't I couldn't uh, find a lot of value in the feedback that I got, but trust me, I found a path forward. I found a strategy forward and that I could take and improve on myself and my skills. So sometime whenever you are stuck in a situation, before you go and face the real situations in life, before you come out strong, before you come out confident, or before you achieve your dreams, what's important is to have a good cry. With that, thank you so much, everyone, for hearing me out. Have a nice day.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Aisha. What a powerful speech. Can we take a minute to share our feedback? Timer, please let us know when the 1 minute is over.
1 minute is over.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sharad. Now we have just concluded the prepared speech, and looking at the time, I think we should straight away move to the next and exciting segment of our meeting, which is the table topic segment. And I will be happy to hand over the podium to Toastmaster Mohit to take it forward and test our impromptu skill and learn from each other's. Over to you, Toastmaster Mohit.
Thank you, Toastmaster Virender. Like Toastmaster Virender rightly said, this table topic segment is considered to be the most exciting, even probably one of the most frightening sessions of the meeting, because this is the segment where we call upon the people and ask them to speak on a topic impromptu. Right? So my best tips for that are something that we already did in the beginning of the meeting, which is deep breathing. It helps. Keep yourself hydrated as much as possible, and it helps you in getting the right ideas in your mind when you're asked to speak on a topic there and then. Since the time is short, we will try and include people who haven't spoken today, so everybody gets a chance to come on the stage, both from the online and the offline audiences. And for the starters, I would like to just remind everybody this is a 1 to 2 minutes speech where you will get to see the timer show the green card at 1 minute, yellow at 1:30, and red card at 2 minutes. So you can speak for a maximum of 2 minutes 30 seconds. Any volunteers who would like to take up the first speech slot? People who haven't been on the stage today, give them an opportunity. Okay. Anybody from the online? I see some raise of hands. Kanchan has, I believe she's spoken already. How about others? Deepti's hand is raised as well, right? Deepti? You haven't spoken today, so maybe we can give you the first chance.
Sure, with an easy topic.
Okay. Yeah. Give it the easiest
Toastmaster Mohit, I have raised hand not for the chance to speak. I wanted to ask if we have a word of the day or a phrase of the day. Just ask speakers to include that. I didn't see if we have the word of the day.
I would request the grammarian to confirm if we have a word of the day.
So we have got one phrase of the day, I can say, which was used by Rahul on Cloud9. He shared for his happiness. And the word of the day, I'm sorry.
Yeah, we could probably just go with that. So the idea right now is to share a new word of the day, which I think we can go with being on Cloud9, and we can try and use that in the speeches that we do now. Since you're new to the role, it's perfectly fine. Let's go with being on Cloud9 as the phrase of the day. And we will ask you to come back again, Neha, at the end to share your report of what you felt was good and what you think would have improved in the meeting today in terms of grammar. So let's try and use that phrase of the day. And Toastmaster Deepti, if you're ready, your topic is. We have you on spotlight. Yeah, there you are. Okay. So Toastmaster Deepti, your topic is. Two men see from behind the prison bars. One sees mud, the other stars. Two men see from behind the prison bars. One sees mud, the other stars. Deepti Sahni.
Thank you for the topic, topic master, Toastmaster Mohit. It's a long but a beautiful quote, something which gives us the opportunity to look for positive motivation, especially in dark times. Two men look outside from behind the bars. Everybody has times which are difficult, and I'd rather speak about difficult times because that's when we want to that's when it's difficult for an individual to move forward. I know of a time when my husband was at the crossroads, probably the man behind the bars, not literally though, but he had to fight a case of holding his strength in selling off an ancestral house, and a case where he had to make tough decisions. From the man that I knew him when we got married, that man behind the bars would have crumbled. But the man that I saw at the crossroads decided to stay put, stand firm, look at an opportunity of seeing the stars, upgraded himself, upskilled himself, strengthened himself, and then fought back and sold the house in a good, healthy, happy way. I urge everybody to pause when they are at such crossroads. See where you are or where you were and how you are. Go ahead and look for the stars. Thank you. Back to you, Table Topic Master.
Thank you, Toastmaster Deepthi, for the amazing words. Yeah, very inspiring. And it is basically how you look at the situation is what you conveyed. And same situation, two people see it very differently. So very well put, Deepthi. Now, for the next volunteer, let's have a raise of hands. And I should invite somebody. Would you like to come for the next topic? Anusha, right? Anusha. Hi, Anusha.
Hi.
So your topic is, it doesn't matter who my father was. It matters who I remember he was. It doesn't matter who my father was or is. It matters who I remember he was.
Okay, that's a tough one. I'll just read. It doesn't matter who my father is, and
It
it
matters.
matters
I remember
him.
his. Yes.
Hello, everyone. This is Anusha, and my topic is it doesn't matter who my father is, and it matters that how I remember him to be. So, as I grew up in Dharwad, my dad is a doctor, and you won't believe how beautiful he was. He is still. But now, as I move forward and I see him as a person, I find him to be, he was very handsome. He is indeed, but I can see the wrinkles in his eyes. I can see that worry in him when I was growing old. But now, when I see as he's growing old and he's having that faith in me, I can I look forward to seek his advice all the time. I run to him for any little things that happens in my life, and there were times in my young stage that I was a kind of a rebel. I never used to listen to my dad, but now I actually go and run, and I actually seek every night is my day when I talk to him. I he actually gets that kick out of my call that okay, she's here, she's around. So I tell him. So I now see him as a more confident, as a more concerned father than at that point of time when he was. I actually thank you so much.
Very well put by soon-to-be Toastmaster Anusha. And that actually reminds me of my own story about my father. I lost my father in 2022, unfortunately. But what I remember is that he was the kind of person who would call a spade, and he would not mince words. He would just say whatever he felt in front of the people. And for the most part, I kept complaining about this habit. You got to be more diplomatic and all that. But then when I was losing him, that's when I realized that that is his biggest strength. So it's basically how we derive the strengths out of people. So very well put. Now, next, I think we can take one more table topic, and anybody who would like to go ahead who hasn't spoken. Soumya hasn't come been on the stage today, but let's call Soumya on the stage today. So, Soumya, hi. This is the Leonardo da Vinci quote, and it says, just as iron rusts from disuse, even so does inaction spoil the intellect. Just as iron rusts from disuse, even so does inaction spoil the intellect.
Okay.
Over to you.
Thank you. Thank you for the topic, Master, Toastmaster Mohit. It's such a great thought, actually, that if we don't use something, it will just rust. So I always say it, and it's more true for our brains, for pretty much for anything that we do with our body and mind. I always like to say that either you use it or you lose it. So, if we, I feel brain, just like other parts of our body, is also a muscle. And unless it only gets better with sharper use. Myself, I can share that where I have had, let's say back in grad school, at the time, I was like learning so many different concepts, reading papers. I don't like which at that time were extremely high level for me. But even though I was in master's course, I would be taking PhD level courses and like subjects at the time. And the things I could do by then were, then I look back at them now, they seem like magic to me. Like when I recently looked at my notebook and I had all these equations written. And I couldn't believe that I have done that. So that just goes on to say further that it's like you're not like it's also what do you say, like a hopeful thing too. What I've learned is that there is no limit anyways to what anyone can do. Anyone can do anything, whatever they put their mind to. It's just a direction and consistency that we need to apply to a particular direction, to any particular subject. But the most important thing is to be consistent, keep using our intellect and not let it rust. Thank you for you.
And that's probably a good segue into concluding this segment, because table topics, like I said, it's the most difficult. After being in Toastmasters for so long, and somebody was asking me, why do you continue in Toastmasters? Like one day when I become comfortable in Toastmaster in table topics, then I will leave Toastmasters. So there's a long road to cover. And just like Soumya put, it is the hard work, it is the coming on the stage again and again, using our mind to do that, even if it is feeling uncomfortable, is what helps us grow. So with that, I would like to conclude this segment and pass on the stage back to our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Hirinder. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mohit, for conducting such an amazing and interacting session of table topic. Looking at the time, let me now move to the next segment of our meeting, which is the evaluation. And Let's call the monitor of the class for today's meeting, Toastmaster Mehak, who's the general evaluator. Toastmaster Mehak, over to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Hirender. Greetings, everyone. We will quickly start over with the evaluation segment. First, I would start over with the prepared speech evaluations. I would first request Toastmaster Vivek to please come up on stage and provide your evaluation for Toastmaster Saisha's speech.
Thank you, General Evaluator Toastmaster Mehak. I evaluated Toastmaster Saisha Kandhari's speech today, Level 1, Project 5. I specifically focused on evaluating 3 areas: vocal variety, drama, and use stage area. Before I talk or before I give specific feedback on these 3 areas, first let me congratulate Toastmaster Saisha for completing her Level 1, Project 5. What an amazing speech. Your words, your content was great. In the sense, it conveyed your emotions. In fact, your entire speech was focused on the power of a good cry. Indeed, when you were talking about going to your favorite sweet spot in the corner and crying your heart out, I started also feeling that, okay, I am also crying. So such was the power of your words, because they were indeed conveying your emotions. Second, I also gathered that you were also conveying the power of vulnerability, that you were authentic. Try to get courage. That is one message I got. That yes, if you cry, you will get courage after that, because you have already dissolved all your emotional blockages. I could see some very good usage of hand gestures. And finally, what I understood, the call to action: whenever you are stuck in a situation, don't hesitate to cry, because it will unlock your potential and unlock your values. This is the call to action I could get. So overall, great speech. So let me first give you specific feedback on vocal variety. I could see a great vocal variety when you were speaking, because I could see you use the power of pitch. I could see that. Drama part, probably you talked about overthinking, and you said, oh, it's a corporate skill, that with a tinge of humor. That was good. That was some drama I could see. Use stage area, probably in virtual background, since the background was hazy, I could not see that, but stage area usage was there. Now, how you can take your speech to the next level? Wherever you are talking about you and your manager, probably some dialogue delivery could have helped you. What your manager said about between you and your manager, you had some conversation, and you said you could learn a lot about mentoring techniques. You had a very clear path forward. Maybe audience would like to know what was that path forward. What did manager say? Maybe a couple of dialogues. I was curious to know. I was hoping that, okay, you will say what manager said, how you answered. And probably in that process, you could have used the stage, manager left side and you are on the right side. And you could have brought that further grace to your speech. That is one thing I was missing. And leading to that, like, call to action would have automatically come out. You said you were very clear path forward. Mentoring techniques, maybe a couple of mentoring techniques you could have shared with us. So overall, very good speech, power of a good cry, power of vulnerability, and you gave a very good storytelling. We could see all the aspects of a good delivery, good content. Keep it up. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Vivek, for sharing your thoughts about Toastmaster Saisha's speech. Next up, let's invite Toastmaster Mohit on stage to provide his evaluation for Toastmaster Rahul's speech.
Hi, Toastmaster Mehak. Did you call upon me? Okay. Yes. Who do you think is the best teacher? Experience, they say, is the best teacher. And the second best teacher is learning through others' experiences. Rahul shared his experience and all of us learned from it. What an amazing way to learn. Toastmaster Rahul, your biggest strength, I think, is in your humor. The way you expressed your story in such a humorous manner took all of our hearts away. As far as the speech is concerned, there are three parts to it. It's like a hammock. On the one end is the opening of the speech, and then there is the body of the speech, and then there's the conclusion. For the opening part of the speaker's speech, it was a great hook that he had put. There was a definition of cheating. Look above for inspiration, look down for in desperation, and look around for information. So what an amazing way to get the audience's attention. The second technique that the speaker used was imagery. We all know Saurabh and Rajiv now. We all know how they were using the sign language, how they were throwing the paper. So an amazing way to use imagery. And the third technique that the speaker used was relatability. All of us in the audience have been in a classroom like that, where that has happened. So a great way to build a rapport with the audience and get your message across. So kudos to the speaker for that. Now, how do you take this speech to the next level? Even though there was a great imagery, great storytelling, there was something that was holding it back, and that was the ahs and ums that came along. So you may want to work a little bit more on the ahs and ums and the you knows and the repeated words to make your story even more believable. The second thing that the speaker might want to work upon is that there was too much of build up. I thought that the story was going on adding, and as a result, the message itself got lost. I am not sure if cheating is good or if cheating is bad. And that's where the speaker could have done a little better in terms of making the whole idea more clear to the audience. Overall, just like I said, it's like a hammock. The opening or the one end of the hammock was beautifully put with the opening where there was a great hook. The middle of the speech where there was an imagery, there was humor, there was relatability. Fantastic. So 10 on 10 for the one end of the hammock, probably 8 on 10 in the middle segment of the hammock. And on the other end, the conclusion, that's where you may want to add some more so that the message lands very clearly with the audience. All the best to you, Toastmaster Rahul, and best wishes. Back to you, Toastmaster Mehak.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Mohit, for sharing your feedback for Toastmaster Rahul's speech. Next, I would like to invite on stage Toastmaster Kanchan to share her feedback about Toastmaster Vinny's speech.
Well, thank you, Mike. Good afternoon, everyone. Life is beautiful. Life is beautiful. What an amazing title for an icebreaker speech. As an audience, I felt that I understood her life journey very well. Now, I would like to present my report, what went well and area for the improvement. To begin with, commendation. The speaker had confident opening and immediate got the audience attention. So kudos to the speaker. I felt the speaker had a great structured flow from intro to body to conclusion. Speaker by sharing, he shared Lisa's story to Winnie from from friendship to finding soulmate. She shared her beautiful journey. Speaker said that she wanted to become IS officer in her in in her earlier life, and then now she is managing her own business, and she shows her resilience. I observed speaker had a natural smile with confident face expression, and also she made great eye contact. So I encourage to the speaker, please keep it up. With that, I see area for the improvement. Though uh, speaker had great story, however, I felt that a hand gesture could have been better. So I encourage to the speaker to add some mindful hand gesture to take your speech to the next level. Overall, speaker spoke very well, and this was an amazing icebreaker. I look forward to hearing more excellent speeches in the near future. Thank you, and back to you, evaluator.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Kanchan, for sharing your feedback for Toastmaster Winnie's speech. Next, let's start over with the evaluations from our auxiliary role players. First, I would like to invite on stage our timer for the meeting, Toastmaster Mohit Yadav, to share his report.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mehak. In today's prepared speeches, Rahul took 6 minutes 49 seconds. Winnie took 7 minutes 10 seconds. Saisha took 6 minutes 27 seconds. In table topic, Dipti took 2 minutes 16 seconds. Anusha took 1 minute 52 seconds. And Soumya 2 minutes 2 seconds. So evaluation, I actually no problem. I think it's okay. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Mohit, for sharing the report as the timer. Next, I would like to invite on stage Toastmaster Neha to present her report as the grammarian for the meeting.
Thank you, Mehak. It was my pleasure. It was my privilege to observe the language, vocabulary, and grammar used by our Toastmasters today. I'm very happy to share we heard expressive and meaningful word choices throughout the session. So I would like to start with the Toastmaster Rahul's speech, which was on cheating. So the word he used, surgical strike, uh, showcase, to present a situation which was very tensed, and he also used a phrase which was on cloud nine to present extreme happiness or feeling intense joy. Now I would like to come to the Vinay's speech, which was on life is beautiful, and she used beautiful phrase which is life is beautiful, and she used to share a softness of a child. She used a phrase which is feather touch, she mentioned, which was a great choice of word. And then I would like to move to Shaisha. Uh, I'm sorry, I don't have much for Shaisha's speech. I couldn't make notes on it. Thank you, Mehak.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Neha, for sharing the good usage of the grammar that is being used by different speakers in the meeting today. Now, I would like to share my report as the R counter for the meeting. We had three beautiful speeches. First up, Toastmaster Rahul. He used about 4 to 5 R's and gums, twice, and so 3 to 4 times in his speech. Toastmaster Vinny used 2 to 3 R's, and I think there was no other crutch word being used in her speech. So kudos to you, Toastmaster Vinny. Toastmaster Saisha used because twice in her speech today. Other than that, Toastmaster Deepthi in the cable topic speech took 2 short pauses. Otherwise, she was flawless in her speech. There was no crutch words being used. Toastmaster Anusha used and had 2 to 3 R's and ums in her speech. And Toastmaster Soumya had 3 to 4 R's and ums, thrice, like 3 times, and she used the word few uh, times. Other than that, I did not find any crutch word being used by any other speaker. Most of you were flawless, and if not, I think I skipped or missed noting down the R's and ums for those speakers. Now, I would like to call out the report as the general evaluator for the meeting. The meeting started around 10:43. We were a little late considering the role players as well as the offline setup. However, we were able to figure out these at the last moment. So kudos to all of you, first of all, who make into the meeting and took up a role at the last moment. Coming to our Sergeant Camps, Toastmaster Sharad, who started over with a short and beautiful exercise of deep breathing and a relaxing activity, making us pause and thinking to be in the moment. Next up, we had Toastmaster Vivek, who enthusiastically started over as the presiding officer for our meeting, called out the introduction for the guests present offline as well as online. He took over and introduced the new joiners and greeted them as well, called out the important announcements gracefully. So good job done, Toastmaster Vivek. Next up, we had two powerful speeches to start over. One by Toastmaster Mohit on to using our phones appropriately and spending time with the family on priority. And a little speaker, Toastmaster Manyata, talking about exam stress. Both the speakers delivered effortless speeches, so kudos to both of you. Good use of vocabulary in both the speeches and the words that were being used. Next, we had our Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Hirender, coming up on stage and talking about our conscious as well as the subconscious mind. In between his session, he made sure to engage the guests and the members as well. So great take on the theme, Toastmaster Hirender. Next, we witnessed three beautiful speeches again by Toastmaster Rahul, Toastmaster Vinny sharing her icebreaker speech, and Toastmaster Saisha. We had beautiful evaluations that was being conducted. I hope the speakers will apply the feedback that has been received and would excel in their pathways. Our table topic master, Toastmaster Mohit, shared some good topics, and the speakers were able to deliver great content on that as well. However, due to the paucity of time, we were not able to take up more speeches in the table topics round. So that's a reminder for the guests as well as the members to keep joining us. You never know when you will get a chance to be on the spotlight. Our role players today did a fantastic job, whether it was timer, Toastmaster Mohit Yadav sharing the cards, or whether it was our grammarian, Toastmaster Neha, taking up this job at the last moment and delivering and sharing her report so well. All in all, this was a perfect example for any Toastmasters meeting that we could witness. We had such beautiful speeches, table topics, role players, and I believe that this meeting sets a perfect benchmark for quality meetings. I urge everyone to keep joining us week after weeks. We are trying to improve upon the hybrid setup, and I'm sure that we are getting there. We had so many members and guests joining offline as well as online. So let's create some more new stories. I would just mention special thanks to our junior Toastmaster Manita for sharing a beautiful speech in front of us. And with this, I would like to present the stage back to Toastmaster Hirender for his closing remarks. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mehak, for a beautiful evaluation. of the entire session. Before we move on, I just wanted to check, although we have almost reached the time limit, can we have a 3 minute? I had a video wanted to share. If all okay, can I share a video of 3 minute? Otherwise, I will hand it over to presiding officer. Okay. I just see one okay. Okay. Oh, he's saying okay. Thank you. Thank you. So just say if your my audio is available. Is my audio is also, are you able to listen?
No, you have to
No.
share screen with the sound.
I think Toastmaster Harinder, you'll have to stop sharing. And then when you reshare, it'll ask you for some advanced sharing options. That's where you change the setting to share sound also.
Okay. Is it
Our
audible
minds
now?
play tricks on us. So,
Yes,
how do we
Toastmaster
turn the
Harinder.
tables and trick the mind to our advantage? In his 1963 self improvement classic, The Power of Your Subconscious Mind, Joseph Murphy claims that all of your life experiences are the result of the dealings between your conscious and subconscious minds. In this video, we'll take a look at our three minds and learn how we can retrain one of them to create positive experiences in every area of our life. In a way, Murphy's saying you have three minds: the conscious, subconscious, and universal consciousness. Your subconscious has access to universal consciousness and uses it along with your conscious thoughts to form your life experiences. First, let's begin with your conscious mind. Murphy explains that this mind is your active mind. It contains all of the thoughts and feelings that you're aware of at any given moment. You use this mind to judge your environment, and you make choices and decisions based on those judgments. On the other hand, your subconscious mind is passive. Although passive doesn't mean doing nothing. It's always awake because it oversees all of your bodily functions. In fact, over 90% of your brain's activity takes place in your subconscious mind. According to Murphy, all of your experiences are recorded and stored in your subconscious mind. All of the thoughts in your conscious mind filter down into your subconscious mind and leave an impression. So the more often you think certain thoughts, the heavier the impression you leave on your subconscious. If you spend a lot of time thinking positively, then these traits will be reflected by your subconscious mind. But unfortunately, the same holds true for negative thinking. Through repetition, your conscious mind conditions your subconscious one to see things in a particular way. The New Thought movement centers around the idea of a higher power or benevolent force. This universal consciousness created and continues to manage the entire universe. Murphy believes that you are a physical extension of this positive force and are meant to think in ways that align with this energy so you can live in a constant state of bliss. By tapping into universal consciousness, your subconscious mind arranges interactions and leads you to life experiences based on your conscious thoughts and beliefs. So, your life experiences reflect how you feel about yourself and what you expect out of life. Murphy explains that your connection to universal consciousness allows positive energy to flow within you and around you to create joyful events. It should come as no surprise then that negative thoughts block the flow of universal consciousness. Murphy maintains that your negative thoughts happen because you don't trust your benevolent higher power. As a result, your subconscious leads you to negative experiences based on your fears and worries. Fortunately, Murphy shows you how to retrain your subconscious mind. You just need to use your conscious mind to imprint positive thoughts and images upon your subconscious mind. Remember, your subconscious is very impressionable. It only follows instructions from your conscious mind and accepts whatever you give it, whether good or bad.
Yeah. So I'll just wrap up with my 2 cents that when we are feeding our subconscious, let's be positive, be courageous, pat our back, and seed a positive, uh, plant us positive seeds in our subconscious so that we grow in confidence and clarity instead of self-doubt and anxiety. With that, let me hand over the virtual podium to our presiding officer for today's Toastmaster Vivek. Toastmaster Vivek, over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Hirinder, for beautifully conducting this meeting as a Toastmaster of the day. The theme was perfect, and the video you displayed in the last, that was like cherry on the pudding. So friends, my today's reflection on the meeting, I'm very thankful to our Sergeant at Arms, Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Hirinder, General Evaluator of the Day, Toastmaster Mehak, Distinguished Toastmaster Mohit, who is taking massive actions in bringing up this new club, Leader Stories, and he beautifully conducted table topic session. Kudos to all of you for making today's meeting successful, but self-declaration has no meaning unless we have the feedback. Feedback is the breakfast of the champions. So I would like to invite guests for their feedback. So let's start with the guest Anupam. Maybe you can share your feedback about today's meeting so that we can take some actions.
First of all, at the last, we got to have, like we see in the video about subconscious and conscious mind, how conscious mind affects subconscious mind, and also overall speakers and their insights, their stories were really great and motivating me to continue my journey, and I am definitely going to join the club. Thank you.
Thank you, guest Anupam. Looking forward to meeting you again and giving us an opportunity to improve. Thank you. Distinguished Toastmaster Mohit, can we bring other guests sitting off in offline mode? Toast,
Yes.
Guest Anusha, is she there?
Yes.
Hello, everyone. And I would say 3 words: insightful, mindful, and impactful. These are the 3 takings that I'm taking in. And I felt, the cherry that you spoke about, that's what is bringing me here. I think the universal consciousness is something that I really need to awaken. I really need to communicate more as and maybe look forward to such meetings. I think bringing table on the top, I really messed it up. But next time, I do assure you that I'm going to prepare myself on various topics, and I'll definitely, uh, you know, uh, maybe perform well and get a good feedback. And I look forward for that. So I felt a very positive environment, very positive, very constructive, and I could see those wonderful storylines. It's amazing. It's amazing. Thank you so much. Thanks a lot. Thank you.
Thank you, guest Anusha. We look forward to seeing you again. And as you rightly said, it's the law of attraction. And when we have law of attraction, it is backed up by the universal consciousness. And then judgments don't have any role to play. It's a non-judgmental platform, what Toastmasters International provides in our club. And that's what we keep learning and growing. Thank you. Do we have other guests? Pranav, Manita, and Neha. Anybody would like to come forward? Neha, are you still around?
I guess I'll go ahead. It
Okay,
was
Pranav, go ahead.
Yeah. So it was, as the earlier feedbacks mentioned, it was a very connecting session and a good to hear through and listen other people's stories and how their thought process works. And I think it's a good way to connect to people around and learn more things from everybody's experiences and their lives. So it was an informative session in that way.
Absolutely. Thank you, guest
Okay.
Pranav. We welcome you again and looking forward to see you again. So for me, Toastmasters meeting, weekly Toastmasters meeting is an opportunity to be prepared for the next week, so that it's like a vitamin dose, power dose, energy dose, and then I'm prepared for next 7 days. Thank you. Do we have Manita still around? Neha? Okay. With that, I think we have come to conclusion of today's meeting. Once again, I thank all the members, organizers, and guests and members at the physical venue. Thank you so much. And I wish you all the best. Have a great weekend ahead. See you next week.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vivek. And in case people haven't yet filled out those feedback forms, please do so. You have it on the WhatsApp group and on the Teams channel for those who are online. We will declare the winners based on the best votes that you give out and also the feedback that will come in. We'll try to work on that. So, Toastmaster Vivek, I think we are good to close the meeting. We can maybe do a picture before we close, like keep the tradition going.
Yeah, sure. Will you do the honors?
So, just go picture now. Right. Yeah. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Okay, thanks everyone. We'll disconnect from the online teams now. Thank you and bye-bye.